What's up everyone? Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while since my last team building guide. I've been pretty busy with exams and other university stuff, but as you can see, I've got a Wi-Fi battle here versus my friend Queen from the Friend Codes community, and I'm going to be using an offensive Hail team that I put together in about maybe 5 minutes against her Rain team, which looks like a pretty balanced team to me with the Ferrothorn and Landorus defensive core. If you guys like Wi-Fi battles, I'll try and upload them once every 1 to 2 weeks or so, since I don't take any of my games to university with me. But whenever I get the chance to go home, sometimes, we'll see what happens. Anyways, this is a fairly long battle, so please stay with me, since the game is close and definitely worth the watch. Let's get right into it. Alright, so she is going to be leading off with her Politoed right here, mainly because it's going to get up the Rain. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be leading off with my Sharpedo because I have Protect on this thing, so I'll be able to scout out what kind of moveset her lead's going to have, which is her Politoed, so we can see if it's offensive or defensive. I go for the Protect, and she ends up actually using Focus Blast, which shows me that this is an offensive Politoed, or a more offensively variant Politoed. So I'm going to switch out now. I don't want to take a Focus Blast, so I'm going to go into my Zapdos to resist it. However, she actually goes for the Hydro Pump, predicting that to happen, so I'm going to take a lot of damage from this Hydro Pump right here, and that's not good at all. I am faster though, so it's going to be able to scare her out, and she's going to go into her Thor, which is actually her Ampharos right here, and I'm going to go for the Roost so that I could heal off any damage that I just took, so I can have a healthy Zapdos. Zapdos is very important for this team because I'm going to be able to get rid of hazards from my team, which are good against Hail teams. So I'm going to go into my Metagross here. Metagross is Assault Vest, so I will be able to take a special attack pretty well. This Metagross that I have here is actually, it's a weird kind of set. It's like a special attacking Metagross set. It has like Hidden Power, Fire, Grass Knot, and stuff like that, just for fun. I just thought I'd try it out. But anyways, she's going to go for the Dragon Pulse. It's going to do decent-ish amount of damage, especially since I have an Assault Vest, so I know that Metagross won't be able to take too many electric hits from that thing. Anyway, she's going to go into her Ferrothorn, trying to like predict maybe a Meteor or an Earthquake or something. I have no idea, but I go for the Hidden Power Fire, and it does pretty pitiful damage in the Rain to Ferrothorn, and I guess by this kind of damage I could probably tell that it might be specialty defensive, especially since she has a Landorus, so it's probably a specialty defensive core. So I'm going to go into Zapdos right here, wanting to get rid of any hazards that the Ferrothorn might set up. It goes for the Spikes, and I'm actually going to go for the Discharge on this next turn because I'm not sure if she's going to stay in or switch out or what is going to happen, but I just kind of want to scout out what this Ferrothorn has, because I know that Ferrothorn cannot really do that much damage to Zapdos anyways. She's going to end up going for the Leech Seed, which means I'm going to be playing around with Abomasnow and Zapdos against this Ferrothorn, because Abomasnow is not going to take any damage from Leech Seed, so that's going to be good in my favor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to end up switching out into my Abomasnow, I believe. And yeah, I'll be able to get rid of the Rain and get up the Hail, which is important because in this battle, it's pretty much a weather war between Rain and Hail. I do not want her Kingdra getting that Rain benefit, getting that double speed with the choice specs probably. So anyway, she's going to switch out. She's going to go into her Ampharos right here as I go into the Abomasnow. So it was a switch on both of our plays, on both of our parts right there. But she's going to want to switch out again because Mega Ampharos is not a favorable matchup against Abomasnow. She's going to go into the Ferrothorn right here, and I'm actually going to go for the Blizzard. Not afraid of the Ampharos. I'm going to Mega Evolve, go for that Blizzard, see how much damage it's going to get off on the Ferrothorn. So yeah, I go for the Blizzard. It's going to do a pretty decent chunk of damage, especially since I'm pretty sure this Ferrothorn is specially defensive. The Hail's going to knock it to about maybe 50%, but the leftovers is going to heal it up a little bit. But it did pretty well. She's going to now switch into her Politoed just to take the Blizzard, but I actually make a prediction right here, and I go for the Giga Drain. And that was a really good play on my part because her Weather Pokemon is what makes Kingdra really beneficial to her team. And I go for the Giga Drain, meaning that now it's a lot weakened, so I should be able to take it out in one more hit. Now, fearing that she's gonna go for the Focus Blast. I'm gonna switch out again into my Zapdos. I don't think she's gonna over predict once again. Because my Abomasnow is very key to my team to getting rid of the rain. But she does make the prediction, goes for the Hydro Pump, and it misses, which is really unfortunate. I would have lived the hit anyways and either gone for the Discharge or the Roost, but the damage definitely mattered there. But I'm going to go for the Discharge right here, and it's going to paralyze the Ferrothorn, I believe. And yeah, now pretty much I can... I think I'm going to go for the defog right here to get rid of the spikes that are on my side. And what she's going to end up doing is she's going to go for, I guess, the Leech Seed, or the Gyro Ball right here. She goes to the Gyro Ball thinking that I'm going to switch out, maybe because, you know, Zapdos in the rain can't really handle Ferrothorn too well, especially since it has Leech Seed. So anyway, she goes to the Gyro Ball, knocking me down to about 50%. I'm actually going to go for the Roost right now so that I can heal up any damage that I've taken. It's always good to have a healthy Zapdos for a Hail team, mainly because in case Stealth Rocks are set up, you will be able to switch in and, you know, get rid of it pretty well. Now she's going to go for the Leech Seed, gonna, you know, try and get back some extra health. It's important that I knock out that Ferrothorn, mainly because it's pretty annoying to my team. At where it is right now, Sharpedo can't handle it. Maybe Garchomp can Earthquake it, but you know, I want to get rid of it. I have Arcanine too, but Arcanine's only really good against Ferrothorn, against her kind of team. But I want to go back into Abomasnow right now. I want to get rid of the rain once again. I got to keep pressuring the weather right here to favor to my side. So, anyways, I'm going to be. So she goes for the spikes right here. Gets up to an extra layer of hazards after I defog, and now I'm going to go for the Blizzard, I believe. I'm not going to overpredict here or anything like that, mainly because, well, I don't think it's worth it. I got to get the Ferrothorn down to as low health as possible. And yeah, I do that, and she goes for the Gyro Ball. Now, I didn't think it would take a lot of damage because Mega Bombus was pretty slow, but with the paralyzation, Gyro Ball is a bit stronger, so it's going to be able to do a good chunk of damage to my Abomasnow. Now, I'm going to make a prediction here. I knew that she was going to switch out again because she doesn't want to take another Blizzard. She goes into her Politoed here, but I make the safe play and I go for the Earthquake, because with the Earthquake I could take out either Ferrothorn or I could take out Politoed, whichever one she brought in. So I make a good play here and I go for the Earthquake, which will be able to take out her Politoed once and for all. So pretty much I win the Weather War so long as I preserve Abomasnow. If Stealth Rocks are, you know, put up by Landorus, then I probably would have to defog with Zapdos before I bring Abomasnow in again. But I'm going to switch out right here because I don't want to take any damage from the Landorus, because I want to get rid of the rain. I'm going to go into my Zapdos here because I feel it's my safest switch. I am a physically defensive Zapdos, so I could take a hit pretty well from Landorus. Landorus goes for the U-turn right here, and I think she's going to go into her Kingdra right here, I believe. And Kingdra is a huge threat to my team. Mainly because there's nothing I can really switch in on a Specs Hydro Pump other than a full health Abomasnow maybe, but that's really weak, so I gotta sack the Zapdos. I do have one layer of spikes on my team, but that's not really gonna make or break me for this game. Anyways, I'm gonna go into Abomasnow and I'm gonna get rid of the rain, so once and for all, that rain is not gonna be able to help Kingdra anymore. I'm gonna get my Hail back up again. And pretty much at this point I'm just going to sack Abomasnow because, well, I lost my defogger, so I can't really switch it out again, because if I do, then Abomasnow's going to die on its way back in. So I'm going to now sack the Abomasnow, and I'm actually going to go into my Garchomp right now. And the reason I'm going into my Garchomp is because my Garchomp is a Choice Scarf Garchomp, so I'll be able to revenge kill the Kingdra. So yeah, that was really important to keep Garchomp, to save Garchomp, because after I get rid of the rain, which I did, I'll be able to use Garchomp to kill the Kingdra. But I'm actually going to make a prediction here and go into my Sharpedo, figuring that she's probably going to go into Landorus at this point. But I kind of forget that the Landorus is going to intimidate the Sharpedo first after I make the switch. So I'm kind of going to switch back into my Garchomp, predicting that she's going to go into her Ferrothorn now and try and do some residual damage to my Sharpedo while maybe recovering with the Leech Seed. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch out right here. I'm going to go into my Garchomp once again, predicting that she's going to go into Ferrothorn. And yeah, she does just that. She's going to withdraw her Landorus. She's going to go into her Ferrothorn right here. and that Ferrothorn, I need to kill that Ferrothorn. I really need to kill it. So I don't have any attack drop for the Landorus on my Garchomp. The Hail is going to do a little bit of damage, but the leftovers will heal it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a prediction here. I'm going to go for the Outrage, mainly because I know that if I could take it out with an Outrage. Also, if she switches into Landorus, I could get off some damage there, and I could always revenge kill with the Sharpedo. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go for the Outrage right here, and unfortunately for her, unfortunately for me, I get a crit right here. It definitely did matter, I guess, but you know, in the long run, I probably would have just sent out Sharpedo or something, and you know, revenge killed it with a Waterfall or an Ice Fang, or predict the Ferrothorn to come in and go for an Earthquake. But really, that was unfortunate, and but yeah, she's gonna go into her Gengar right now. I am a Choice Scarf, but the Intimidate is not gonna be able to knock out the Gengar. It's gonna leave it with just a sliver of HP left, and the Gengar is gonna be able to go for the Disable right here. So now my Garchomp is disabled. I think that going for a Shadow Ball would have been more worth it, mainly because Garchomp is a very key player to my team to outspeed the rest of her Pokemon, or to outspeed the Kingdra, I mean, because some, like the other Pokemon I have, can't really deal with Kingdra too well. Anyways, I'm going to send out Arcanine right here because Arcanine is the least useful Pokemon on my team now that Ferrothorn is pretty much almost dead, so I don't really need Arcanine anymore. I'm going to try and sack the Arcanine. She goes for the Focus Blast, but it misses. I would have been able to take a Focus Blast and a Shadow Ball both, so that really wouldn't have mattered in any way, because as you can see from the damage that Shadow Ball is going to do. So yeah, Shadow Ball hits me. It does about maybe Focus Blast would have killed with Shadow Ball, but you know, I'm not really sure. I'm going to go for the Wild Charge right here, and yeah, Gengar's going to faint, and pretty much Arcanine's at this point is pretty useless, so she's going to send out her Mega Ampharos at this point, and I'm going to actually sack the Arcanine. I'm going to go for the Close Combat just to get as much damage as I can off of the Ampharos, because I know that if I bring in Sharpedo, I can go for an Earthquake and knock it out. My Sharpedo is Expert Belt, so I can get off a lot of damage on any of the Pokemon that I hit super effectively. And anyway, she's going to go for the Dragon Pulse and knock out my Arcanine. So, Arcanine, good job. And, yeah, I'm going to send out my Sharpedo. And I'm actually not going to go for the Protect. I know that I'm faster anyways. I don't need to scout for anything. I'm just going to go straight for the Earthquake. And I'm going to be able to knock out that Ampharos in one hit, which is really good. And, yeah, so pretty much the Ampharos fainted. And now what she's going to do is she's going to send out her Sharpedo, her Ferrothorn, sorry. She's going to send out her Ferrothorn right here, and I'm going to go for the Earthquake once again. I know that I can take it out because, you know, Sharpedo has a really good attack, so, and plus she is specially defensive, not physically. Anyways, I take out the Ferrothorn, and now I believe she's going to send out her Kingdra, and Kingdra is her last Pokemon for her team. I'm going to go for the Earthquake. I know it's not going to KO or anything like that, but like I said, Kingdra is a very, very huge threat to my team. As you can see, it takes me out in one hit. Sharpedo has pretty bad defenses anyway, but Choice Specs Kingdra in the rain is very deadly. So I won't have to send out my Metagross right here. I could have just sent out Garchomp and finished it, but I figured maybe I could take a hit from the Hydro Pump with the Assault Vest. But unfortunately, I was dead wrong, as she goes for the Hydro Pump and takes me out easily. But you know, I have the Garchomp in the back, so I have the game one way or another. And yeah, I'm going to send out my Garchomp right here and finish him off with a Dragon Claw. And that should be the game. That was a really close game, 1-0. Yeah, it was a really good game too. So hope you guys enjoy this, and stay tuned for more stuff from me coming up soon. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll try and get more Wi-Fi battles soon, whenever I can. Peace, guys.